red zone touchdown.
Throw down to second in time.
Brady turns and dumps it. Staten on the run, and he jams it home.
Whoever comes home, they got him.
What tough shot. And there's McLemore. Oh, wow!
Welcome to this week's Big 12 Report, presented as always by Dr. Pepper. I'm Wendell Barnhouse, Big12Sports.com correspondent, alongside co-host Carter Babb, and we've got a lot of ground to cover this week.
That's right. It is definitely a busy time in the Big 12. Well, Wendell, the women's regular season ended on Tuesday, and next up on the agenda is the Phillips 66 Women's Big 12 Basketball Championship at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Now, the bracket is out, and what catches your eye when you take a look at that?
Well, it was quite the wrap-up to the regular season for Baylor's Brittany Griner on senior night Monday in Waco. She had a record-setting performance. She scored a career high and a Big 12 single-game record 50 points in the Lady Bears' 90-68 victory over Kansas State. And Baylor has won 40 consecutive regular season Big 12 games. They're going to be heavily favored to be the first Big 12 school to three-peat in the postseason championship. Now here's a look at the bracket. We've got 2 first-round games on Friday at the American Airlines Center. Then there'll be 4 quarterfinal games Saturday. The 2 semifinals are Sunday afternoon, and the championship game at 7 p.m. Monday. Friday's games can be seen on the Big 12 Digital Network, while FSN will carry all the games starting Saturday. Our website's championship page will be your one-stop source for all the coverage of the Women's Championship in Dallas this week. You'll have a chance to cast your vote for the most outstanding player, plus we'll have live streaming of post-game coverage. Oklahoma's Whitney Hand will be alongside to analyze each game before we cover the post-game news conferences.
That's right. That'll be great. That'll be great. Well, you can also keep up with all things Big 12 Women's Championship by following our Twitter and our Facebook, so be sure to do that. And here are some details now on the fan voting for the Most Outstanding Player Award.
Hey fans, this is Wendell Barnhouse, Big12Sports.com correspondent, and for the second year we're asking you for your help in selecting the most outstanding player at the Phillips 66 Big 12 Women's Championship. You can vote by using whatever personal device you use to connect to the internet, like your smartphone. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook for updates and a link to the voting site. Or you can visit the Championship Central page on Big12Sports.com for a link to cast your vote anytime before the end of the championship game. Well, in the men's side, there's a full slate of games Saturday, and the final day of the regular season for the men's schedule. The race is going to come down to the last game of the season probably, when Kansas is at Baylor at 5 p.m. on ESPN. That could decide whether or not we're going to have a shared regular season title or an undisputed winner, as Kansas State and Kansas will go into Saturday's action tied at the top of the standings. Now, make sure to check out our website and our social media feeds for the bracket and matchups for the Phillips 66 Big 12 Men's Championship, which starts next Wednesday in Kansas City Sprint Center. That'll be Wednesday, March 13th. Also, over the weekend on Sunday night, the all Big 12 team and individual award winners will be announced.
That's right. Well, the Big 12 wrestling season will wrap up this weekend with a 2-day event. Now, on Friday, 4 Big 12 teams will have dual matches, and then come back on Saturday for the championship hosted by Oklahoma State.
Great event. It's going to be 4 teams that we do have are coming to Stillwater. We're going to have dual meets on Friday, and then on Saturday we're going to have the tournament. I like the 2-day format just to get us ready for nationals, weigh in twice, kind of deal with some downtime. But, you know, I think it's a good event.
We think having a tournament format, having 5 matches in 2 days, like pretty much every other conference out there, is important, and I think it'll prepare us even more for the NCAA championships. Well, Oklahoma State's always tough, and especially at home, they're going to be very, very tough. They're going to be excited. They want to walk away with both those titles, the dual meet championship as well as the individual championship, and they do have a very, very good team.
Tough event, and it's going to be important that we perform well. We're going to stay on top. This is where we need to show it. If we can't show it here, how can we take that next step? So there's a lot of pride in in winning Big 12. We just take a step further. We want to win more than just a Big 12.
You can follow the 2 days of wrestling on the Big 12 Digital Network. Okay, Wendell. Well, it's that time of the show now where we are going to get loud, and I mean real loud. So what are you shouting about this week?
Turn down the volume. I don't know, Carter. Well, actually, going to start out with congratulations to Texas, the men's and women's teams. They swept the titles at the Big 12 Swimming and Diving Championships that wrapped up Saturday in Austin. The UT men have won all 17 Big 12 titles in swimming, and they have won 34 consecutive conference titles. The UT women have won 5 of the last 7 Big 12 championships. Texas swept all but 2 of the 10 individual awards. West Virginia's Rachel Burnett was the outstanding women's swimmer, while freshman Chelsea Miller of Kansas was selected the outstanding newcomer. Now you can check out a report about the swimming and diving championships on our website. And TCU aims to defend its national championship Friday and Saturday in the NCAA men's and women's rifle championships that will be hosted by Ohio State. The second-ranked Horned Frogs' chief competition will likely come from top-ranked West Virginia. The 2 conference newcomers are among the best programs in the nation. TCU went 10-0 during the regular season, while West Virginia was 11-1. And the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships will be held Friday and Saturday at the University of Arkansas. The Kansas women's team, which was ranked #1 in the preseason and currently is ranked 2nd in the nation, finished 2nd last year in the NCAA Indoors. They're going to hope to follow up their Big 12 championship with an NCAA Indoor title, and a total of 80 Big 12 student athletes are going to be competing at the NCAA meet in Arkansas.
That's very impressive. Well, good luck to them as they try to represent the conference well. Well, that'll do it for this week's Big 12 Report. We will not have a show next week due to the coverage of the men's basketball championship in Kansas City, so we will be back in 2 weeks. For all things Big 12, be sure to check out our website at big12sports.com and follow us on Twitter at Big 12 Conference. We'll see you next time.
Nicely done. Yes, indeed. Shuffle those papers.
Almost. I was this close to saying we'll see you next week.
That's fine, okay.
And I didn't. The action starts with 2 games.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Once again, if anybody ever sees these bloopers, we're probably all out of work. Made headlines with, I screwed it up. I'm sorry. Welcome to this week's Big 12. That's really.
And that's a record low.
It's like I'm trying.
That's right. It's going to be a busy week or 2, and yeah.
Graduated in 1911. Yeah, I was a late bloomer. Stay classy, Waxahachie.
Itasca. Okay.
Wampus cats.